everyone. We have Glenn from Custard here. Mostly the drummer, sometimes gets out in front. How are you today?
I'm great, Beck. How are you doing?
I'm great. So happy release day for Suburban Curtains.
Oh, thank you so much. Very
So
exciting.
it is very exciting. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
magnum opus, to be honest. It's 21 songs.
Ooh, is it?
It's 21 songs. So how did the name come about
Yeah.
for a start? Is there something in the songs that I've missed or
No, we did the whole album and then thought, whoa, what are we going to call this? So yeah, I don't know how the name came about. I think we were just throwing around lots of names and we landed on that.
Yeah, because
Mm.
somebody said, "Oh, are they feeling like faded suburban curtains?" And I'm just like, "Surely not. Surely not."
I think it's just for me personally, it's just about, what's going on in people's lives
Yeah,
behind those curtains.
yeah, yeah. I'll come back to that because I actually have some like questions around that. Um, got a little bit of a spiel from Paul around, how the recording all came about. You were researching um, leading up to the songwriting process, and you were looking into some, you know, recording stuff, and you came across Mona's new recording
Mm.
studio, which I didn't even know they had.
No, it was a surprise to me. And when I learned that they had that Abbey Road desk there, and and an old Studer tape machine, 8-track tape
Yep.
machine, I just thought, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is the sound I want.
Yes. Yeah. So it kind of gives it that really nice, warm, and everyone
Mm.
craps on about that warm feeling, but it's true. So the digital recording that you hear on a lot of newer stuff is can be quite cold, whereas
It,
it
it,
sounds
it-
very warm.
yeah. So in less emotive terms, not that I disagree with those emotive terms, I do
Yes.
agree with them, but it's just about, I mean, digital recording, it's just precise. I mean, there's a lot less, there's a lot lower kind of distortion
Yep.
level in modern recording equipment. It's just very precise and analytically so sometimes. Whereas with the old stuff, the valves especially, but the old electronics adds a lot of harmonics to sounds, so it just
Yep.
kind of fattens it out. And also the limitation of an 8-channel desk and an 8-channel tape machine, I
Yep.
really wanted as well for this recording because I just thought this will keep it simple and this will, limitations are good when you're creating things, I think.
Yeah. Um,
Mm.
sorry, I'm having trouble with my glasses today.
Ah.
I'm like
Ah.
um so was it something so the desk, so it was from EMI Abbey Road.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
inconceivable to say the Beatles have been on that
It's
desk?
not. It's not
Mhm.
like there's been a lot of famous people on that desk. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
And it looks like something out of Star Trek.
Yeah, right.
Like it's got big faders and big knobs that
So it's
go
got
up
the
and
whole
down.
big, you with the
Yeah,
faders and
yeah, yeah. It looks very, very old fashioned. There's a big,
Mhm.
huge knob on the wall of the studio. When you switch it on, you have to actually dial up the voltage,
Yep.
and you get to about 230, and that's where you stop because that's where
Yep.
it's happiest.
Yes.
So it's a very old piece of electronic equipment.
Yep, with a lot of
That
history by the sounds of it.
mm, mm,
So
exactly.
yeah, 21 songs. That's huge for an album.
It is, but it also isn't in that, we have the technology was 18 songs.
Yep.
So in the old days, in the days of CDs,
Yes.
there were lots of songs on records because you could fit so much on a
Yeah,
CD.
that's true.
And we had 18 songs plus there might have even been a hidden track in there, remember
Yep.
those days? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Have
just
to
you
listen to
just
the
kept the
end.
last song playing for 20
Yep.
minutes, then suddenly something else came along.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you so much, Tony.
yeah, was it just a lot? I guess so you're saying, this is I guess, normal for you guys, you know. I can't even remember how many songs are on Custard Records, to be honest. I have it
Yeah.
like I think the last one I listened to was your last record. Um, one of the things I did find is that got leaning back into that Suburban Curtains theme is
Hmm.
a lot of it was like a collection of urban or even suburban tales.
Yes.
Maybe even a little bit like a soap opera because there's a little bit happening each episode, 21 episodes on your new record.
Hmm. Mm.
Um, it just felt like a super cohesive album. Was there a concept at play?
No,
No.
no, no, not at all. It, no, we had, our plans were just like, hey, let's do a new record.
Yep.
Okay. How about we record it here? Okay. When can we get together? We set a date,
Yep.
and everyone came down to my house. Because I live in a small beachside town south of Sydney now. We
Yep.
moved out of Sydney a couple of years ago, and we just all bashed out each other's songs on acoustic guitar and learnt them.
Hmm.
And that was it. It was basically, yeah, just what have you got?
Yep. What have you
Let's
got?
go.
What do we all
Mm,
like?
mm,
We like
yeah,
all of this. In it comes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it was that was it was that simple and um unthought through.
Yeah, right. It's
It's
actually
just like,
refreshing to hear that because normally I get the big, oh, we planned it this way and our themes
mm,
were this. And, it's actually kind of refreshing that people are just making music and, oh, we like this stuff. So we're just going to bundle that together and give it to you.
yeah, look, it's just opportunity, especially these days. It's like, well, who's got time and when? And so it's taking opportunities when they arise, and what do you got? What can we have? What can we use? So
And
yeah, and it was, I've actually written quite a lot of songs since I moved out of Sydney, so that's good.
it's the
So I
tree
had a
change.
bunch. Yeah, it seems to have worked well in that area, so that's
Yep.
nice. Um, and David had a lot as usual, and he's brought a few older songs as well that haven't been used before, and Paul had a couple, so it was, yeah,
Yeah. And
fortuitous.
I was going to say, and you guys all live in different places. So,
Mm,
so getting together, you know, it probably is quite, I guess, fruitful for you guys because you can sort of, you don't have that sort of, seeing each other all the time, and that sort
yeah.
of, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. And you can't leave it to later. There's no putting anything off. It's just like we only get, like I said before, we only get certain opportunities, so we just
Mm,
have to make the most of them. So it was like, let's go for it. And we recorded everything we did, and we wrote down all the chords, and then I put all that up on a Dropbox link so everyone could keep listening to it.
yep,
And we do lots of our own homework at home
yep,
in order to make the time that we are together fruitful.
yeah,
So that meant we all knew the songs back to front by the time we got to the studio. So I don't think there's any song on the album that's more than the third take, really.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just go. Mm.
I actually interviewed John Linnell from They Might Be Giants,
Hmm.
and they live a fair way away from each other as well. And they're very much, yep, we all bring it in, decide which ones we like, jam them, go.
Hmm. Yeah,
And don't do more than a couple of takes because usually the fourth take's terrible.
exactly, exactly. You got to keep it's really good to have that freshness, and it's really good. It's I find anyway, personally, I really find a song more engaging if you can hear people thinking about what they're playing as they're playing it, instead of just going, I know what's happening next. This is where
Yep.
I do this bit. This is where I do. You can hear, especially in Matthew's playing on this album, you can hear him
Yep.
thinking about it. You can hear him changing his ideas for each verse. Like, I did that last verse, but actually I think this is better. You can hear that
Yep.
going on, which
Yeah.
which makes the song a few more dimensions to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So on the album, is there anything that you're most looking forward to playing? Are you up front in anything this time?
Yeah, I've got more songs on this album than I've ever had on an album. So
Yeah.
so that's good. And so we've already done one song since we made one festival. We played
Yep.
the Darwin Festival a couple of months ago. So we played three new songs there,
Mm-hmm.
gave them a run, and that worked out. So that's good. So
Yep.
yeah, we'll be
Positive reactions.
I was concentrating too much to tell.
Yeah. The hazards of being a drummer, right? You got to pay
Yeah, I was just
attention to
thinking,
what you're doing or you'll lose a stick.
what? Yeah, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, it's that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So you're off on tour with two other bands who have
mm.
also just released new albums. So
Yeah, yeah, which is wonderful. Yeah, with the Fauves and the Stress of Leisure, who are fabulous bands who we've played
yes,
with a bit lately, and obviously with the Fauves we've played with years ago as well.
yeah,
So it's always great. It's always great to see and hear them, and it's fabulous that everyone's got new material out because it just gives a nice fresh feeling to things.
yeah.
But God, there's a lot of Aussie acts bringing out new albums. A lot of older Aussie acts bringing out new albums at
It's
the moment.
fantastic. We need
It
to
is, isn't
replace
it?
all the, boom crash operas and all of those 80s ones. You guys need the 90s guys need to move up into the
Yeah,
echelons
it's
of, who
it,
do we get?
it's happening though. Everyone's got a new album coming out, which is wonderful.
It is. It's amazing.
Mm,
And it's amazing, amazing quality. It's not like putting out music for music's sake. It's very
mm.
much like I've had several listen throughs of your album. I
Oh, wonderful.
My next step is for the Fauves, so that's my next plan
Mm-hmm.
of attack.
Mm-hmm.
And last
I'm
week was
sorry
our.
ours is so long.
It actually isn't. Your songs are actually quite short. It's just a lot of them.
Yes. Like it's a whole hour of listening though.
It is, and it's worthwhile listening too.
Oh,
So
thank you.
we appreciate that. But yeah, when I was talking to Ian last week, he was saying
Mm-hmm.
that there's almost a triangle between the three albums and the way that the feel of them. And I believe Paul has been talking about that a fair bit as well, Paul
Mm-hmm.
Curtis,
Mm-hmm.
around the sort of similarities and parallels to the albums, even though they were obviously made by very separate people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so have you had a chance to listen to any of the others?
I haven't yet, unfortunately,
Highly
but I'm
recommend The Stress
looking
of
forward to it.
Leisures.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is
Yeah,
amazing.
I've heard, yeah, the single, but I haven't
Yeah,
heard the rest of it yet. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Um, so I'm out of questions, Glenn, because you are such a good
Oh,
interviewee.
oops.
Interviewee. So,
Mm.
anything you want to tell us about the tour coming up? Typical Custard tour.
It's a classic custard tour where we all just get together and reacquaint ourselves with each other,
Yep.
like start telling the same old stories again.
Yep. Is there
You
going to
know,
be mass confusion up front when Dave can't find a guitar strap that works or
no, no, it's pretty well-oiled machine now, and
yeah.
yeah, it's good. We do we're mature gentlemen doing weekend tours. Basically, that's what we do
I
these
did
days.
notice that because I'm just like, geez, I'm not
Mm,
going to get to see them till December.
yeah. So we just go out and play a couple of shows and then go home again.
Yeah, have a cup of tea and a
Recuperate
biscuit.
and then go out again. So, but it's about 7 or 8 weekends in a row that we'll
Yeah,
be going out and back again. But that's how we fit, you know, this life in with our other lives.
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you
Mm.
for talking to me today. Suburban Curtains
Oh,
is
pleasure,
out
Beck.
today.
Mm. Big day.
Everybody jump on that. Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you so much, Beck. See ya.
Bye.